It's been quite a while since I started in SMMA, from going from 0 to 10K per month to making this my full-time job. There's a lot of things I wish I knew along the way, and I wanted to share with you 5 things that really could help somebody that's just starting out. Also, I want to preface that I'm not going to try and sell you anything in this video. A lot of SMMA gurus or financial gurus will try to sell you something. This is just free information from someone who's really done the work to get from 0 to 10K. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, but if you feel inclined, please leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help my channel out. So, number 1, just to lay a base foundation, is you get what you put in. This means that the amount of hours that you work is going to determine how quickly you get to 5, 6, 10K per month. Look, the best teacher is experience, and the less that you work on it, the less experience that you get. Obviously, the more you work on it, the more experience you get. You realize what works, you realize what you can double down on, and ultimately you can determine what your time is best spent on. Look, there's a lot of people that have hit me up on Twitter and Instagram that say, hey, I want to get to 10K. I don't know what to do. I've been doing this for 6, 7, 8 months. And I ask them, how many hours per day are you putting in? And they're saying, like 30 minutes or 1 hour. That's just not going to cut it. Look, I get if you have a full-time job, but if you're really wanting SMMA to be your full-time job, which I am a living testimonial that it can be, then you're going to need to put at least 3 to 4 hours of work in per day. Like I said, I had a 9 to 5. I hated it. I came home every single day at 5 o'clock, worked from 6 to midnight, and I didn't stop until I had enough clients to then sustain a full-time job. It truly is what you put into it, and if you don't put in much, you're not going to make much. If you put in a lot, you're going to get a lot. The more time that you put into it, you're going to learn what outreach strategies work for you, what offers work for you, what kind of services are best fit in your agency. And the more that you figure that out, and the more that you can package that into you as a person and the offer that you're giving, the better you're going to be and the more money you're going to make, plain and simple. Number 2 is delegate your time on what matters. Like I mentioned earlier, experience is the best teacher, and you're going to realize throughout that time where your time is best spent. For me, right now, it's on growing the business. I have a team of people that are doing the outreach for me. I'm having those meetings set for me, and I'm selling them on our services, and then me and my business partner are doing the fulfillment on the back end. Eventually, we want to hire somebody to do the fulfillment for us, but at the moment, my time is best spent in those meetings, closing those clients, and then doing the fulfillment for them on the back end. When you start, your time is probably going to be best spent on doing outreach. When I say 3 to 4 hours, I really mean spend 3 to 4 hours qualifying the leads, writing those emails, sending those DMs. It could be cold calling as well, but your time is best spent on what makes you the most money and what grows you the fastest. In the beginning, I spent money on a logo and I waited for a website to be built, and this is just not where your time is best spent. If I were to go back and do it again, I would definitely just start outreaching as much as possible before I even thought about all that. Number 3 is offer free services first. And I want you to wait for a second, because when people say, look, I haven't been able to land a client, I've had some meetings, I can't land anything, well, likely that's because they're asking, what's your experience look like? And a lot of people that start SMMA don't have a lot of marketing experience. I'm telling you, the best thing to do is offer your services for free for 2 or 3 weeks, or for a very low price, and then say, hey, if you're happy with it, I'd love to move forward. If not, no worries. It's not really a financial risk for you to invest in me. That is how you get clients under your belt, because if you're just starting your agency and somebody asks you, like, how long have you been doing this? And you say a month or 2 months, they're not going to sign you, especially if you're offering $1,000 out the gate. You offer your services for free, you run their ads, you do their social media management for free, you show them how much they can benefit from you doing their services, and then after that 2, 3, 4 weeks of doing it for free, you say, okay, I'd love to continue working, let's do an $1,000 per month mark. And then once you get those results for an actual person that's paying for your agency, then you can go in and start offering people your services for that amount of money to start. But when you're first starting, offer for free. And when I started, my first client was $200 a month, and that's not free, but it's an extremely low rate. So go out, get some experience under your belt. Like I mentioned earlier, experience is the best teacher, and get those low ticket clients to help build up your reputation. Number 4 is leveraging your past. If you have a past job or a past anything in marketing experience, even if you've built up a social media channel, you can use that to your advantage when you go into meetings with clients. For me, I used to work at some Fortune 500 companies, and I'm very grateful for that, because it's helped me a lot in my agency. I had to work my butt off, nothing was handed to me, but I was able to get my foot in the door with some Fortune 500 companies and their marketing departments, and really just make a difference, gain that experience, and then use that to my advantage when I talk to people in meetings. The more that you can use to gain credibility, the better, because nobody, like I mentioned earlier, nobody wants to be in a meeting with someone that's just starting out, that doesn't even have a client yet, that's charging them this amount of money. Even if you've worked in a retail store or anything like that before, you can say, you know, I have social skills, I have people skills, I know how people react when given a situation. You can use that to your advantage in the meetings and say, hey, those same skills can be transferred from what I did at the past job to social media for you, and it's going to come across great across your brand. Number 5, and the last one, is building a personal brand. So a lot of gurus out there, and SMMA gurus, simply get attraction and clients from their personal brand, like a YouTube channel. This is what I'm trying to build right now, because I've heard so many people that don't have to outreach, that don't have to do anything. People simply just want their services because they're credible in the space, and they can go to them because they have an audience. Now, I'm doing this to share my experiences and give free content to you guys, but it also doesn't hurt that I'm building my credibility in the space as well, so that when a bigger client comes along, they see that I'm already present in the space, they know what I'm talking about, and yeah, I can use that to my advantage. Look, it's never too early to start a Twitter or a YouTube and post one video a week, post one tweet a day. Even those small steps can get you further down the line. It honestly gives you something else that will motivate you. Whenever I feel like I'm in a rut with my agency, because it will happen, and it happens in any business that you start, I feel more inclined to do stuff on my personal brand, because it's just another thing on the side that I'm wanting to build. Not to mention that there's also possibility with a huge extra income stream. If you build a YouTube channel and it gets large, or a Twitter page and it gets large and credible, there's going to be sponsors out there that want to monetize your channel or page or whatever it may be. So there's a lot of opportunity within this space. And if I were to go back, 6 months ago, 7-8 months ago, I would have started building my personal brand way sooner. Look, as someone going through the space, I love to share my content on the internet, and it should always come from a place of want. Like, I want to share this. I want people to gain insight from my knowledge so that they can get out of whatever situation they're in, so they can do what I'm doing, which is pursuing this full time. Look, and if you want to gain more tips off SMMA and follow my journey in SMMA, I would really appreciate a subscribe and a like. Click one of the videos on the screen. It'll show you something that hopefully you gain insight on, but I really appreciate your time. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.